Hello everybody and welcome to another Legendary Builds. Pride Month is over, but guess what? We're still here and we always have been. So fuck Trump, fuck the right, we're making Chevalier Dion. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's address the obvious. So there's been a lot of debate on whether Dion was transgender or a gender fluid. For what it's worth, my money's on trans woman. She supposedly claimed to be assigned female at birth and was raised as a man so her father could claim an inheritance, and demanded that the French government recognize her as a woman. That said, she was also supposedly forced to wear women's clothes upon returning to France from England and rebelled against this by adding masculine details to her outfits. And yet, after death, the surgeon who examined her body said she had, quote, male organs in every respect perfectly formed. I may be wrong, but that sounds like her bits were homegrown. She also apparently had rounded features and, quote, breast remarkably full, but primitive forms of HRT have existed for centuries, so that checks out. What sells it for me is the fact that she was living as a man in England, the nation that famously used dressing like a man as an excuse to kill Jeanne d'Arc. She basically tricked everyone into thinking she'd been assigned female at birth, let them bully her into dressing accordingly, and then pretended to fight back to sell the bit. Way to game the system, queen. Anyway, with all that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the standard points, I would put the 15 to charisma. She was a spy and master of disguise. Next we'll put the 14 to dexterity. All French people can fence. I don't make the rules. But really, she was a known fencer and a dragoon captain. We'll put the 13 to intelligence. The aforementioned 5D gender politics chess play wasn't her only big brain move. We'll put the 12 into constitution and then the 10 to wisdom. Lastly, we'll dump strength. We won't need it. For species, we're going to go with human, getting resourceful, performance, and the lucky feat. We'll take the scribe background. She did a lot of secretary work early on, and put our increases into dexterity and intelligence. We'll also get investigation and perception, calligrapher supplies, and the skilled feat. We'll take the disguise kit as well as history and athletics. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a rogue. We get dexterity, intelligence saving throws, and take deception, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. We'll also be proficient with light armor, rogue weapons, and thieves' tools. At level 1, we'll get sneak attack, thieves' cant, and expertise in deception and investigation. We'll also get weapon mastery, taking the rapier. At level 2, we'll get cunning action, and at level 3, we'll get steady aim and our roguish archetype. We're going to go with swashbuckler, getting fancy footwork and rackish audacity for some fencing. At level 4, we'll take the actor feat, rounding charisma. We're now going to multiclass the fighter, getting medium armor, shields, and all weapons. At level 1, we get second wind in our fighting style, taking dueling. We'll also take the musket for another weapon mastery. By the way, did you know the new PHB has firearms? They aren't just in the DMG this time. At level 2 we get action surge and tactical mind, and at level 3 we get our martial archetype. We're going to lead some troops as a banneret, getting rallying cry. And no, I'm not calling it a purple dragon knight. The fact that there is no dragon is always a disappointment. Speaking of, they recently put out an Unearthed Arcana featuring the purple dragon knight, and it actually is going to include a dragon. As awesome as that is, I do also hope that they give us an actual commander style archetype in the future. In the meantime, you could always check out my commander subclass on my Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge. At level 4 we'll take the defensive duelist feat, bumping dexterity, and at level 5 we'll get extra attack and tactical shift. At level 6 we'll take the gunner feat from Tasha's, rounding dexterity. At level 7 we'll get royal envoy, choosing intimidation. Trans femmes are the scariest thing on the planet if you listen to conservatives. Also, it's rare that a class feature fits a character so perfectly thematically and mechanically. Back to rogue. At level 5 we'll get cunning strike and uncanny dodge, and at level 6 we'll expertise performance and perception. At level 7 we'll get evasion and reliable talent, and at level 8 we'll raise our charisma. At level 9 we'll get panache, and at level 10 we'll cap our dexterity. At level 11 we'll get improved cunning strike. Lastly, at fighter and rogue levels 8 and 12 we'll take the boons of fate and skill, capping charisma and expertising insight. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our unarmored AC is 15, our boost speed is 30, and our average HP is 131 with 8d10 and 12d8 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, we're a master diplomat with a capped charisma and expertise in 3 of the charisma skills. We also get a free charm ability, and that same charisma gives us a boost to our initiative. We're even decent at both melee and ranged combat with extra attack, a capped modifier, sneak attack, and a parry. We're also proficient in all skills, and reliable talent means we cannot roll lower than a 10 in any of them. Also, reliable talent does not exclude nat 1s from this. Now, your table might rule that a nat 1 is a nat 1 and that overrides everything, and that's fine, that makes it more fun. Just understand that that is in fact a home rule. For weaknesses, our HP is dangerously close to power word kill range. We also have no magical damage, and a low strength score means that shadows and grapples are a problem. Weaknesses aside, Art Legend will be one for the Deons. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gets you 2-day early access to my videos and access to my homebrew content. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time when I make Koichi from My Hero Academia Vigilantes.